Good evening. It's right now 8:29 p.m. Sunday evening, the 30th of March of 2025. See exactly the calendar is basically I have a calendar here. Yeah. It's the 30th, end of Rosh Chodesh ניסן. Now Beis ניסן. Tomorrow was the 31st already. You know, it's very funny because I was given a job by Mekbalim in Eretz Yisrael to write all the Kameas, so people should be poida. The second and I'll shout in the shouldn't be how to publicize this, but basically the guy called the David Stars. In Hebrew, it's called the Chamesh Maginim, Teisha Maginim, Chasa Maginim, Echad Maginim. It's also Tesayim Maginim. It's all the symbols of the Brazil mouth, basically, of how to say a sign, a star, to be battle people from the Sitra Ra, which is a terrible Ra. That starts usually, what happens is when people speak a terrible Lashon Hara on a very big gadol, or on someone that's very hush, like a Shas Yid or a Torah Yid, and they say Lashon Hara, makes the laws on them. What happens is the pasuk of Tzaf and the pasuk Hara opens up, and basically it wants to swallow the world. It wants everything going down. So what happened was around Corona time, basically every single government was falling apart. Every single government in the world because of it. So it's basically all because of the Lashon Hara of the Lake of Scoop, what they made on me driving on the sidewalk. A whole thing that they made totally touched it up the wrong way. I still see buses going on the sidewalk every now and then, even on Ridge Avenue, to let other people pass by. It's impossible. Some roads it's impossible. They have to do it. And they don't make a fuss about it, but they made a fuss about me going on the sidewalk when I was blocking another bus to let that bus pass by. So, Kitzur Maisa, that was the Tzaf in the Pasuk Hara. That's why I opened the raft around the world, because of the lake with Scoop Yimach Shemai. Well, anyways, so since then, one of the Meginim I wrote that basically the government should be able to have enough money to give each person, starting even this month, they should have enough money to give at least $8,000 to $10,000 a person for his government check, or even $11,000 a person. And the star, once you shine the star de Kadusa, everything gets printed straight from the Bain Shalom, that the money is there. The problem is if the government is going to want to give it, or they're going to want to use it for something else. That's the problem. Because everything comes from the Bain Shalom, everything comes from the Arnika, the Mizrach, that's the center of Eretz Yisrael, with the Arnika, where everything gets printed. And the Shtar and Shemaim, everything comes down directly from there. And, people think they can get to it, they can't get to it. It's a arnika that's basically the biyad of the Bnei Torah, the biyad of the Bnei Kabbalah, that they have a star to write in Bain Shalom to daven, or the tefillah to say, or star to write, or Makobah they get a star to write. And that's what gives everyone the bracha for the year. And it comes. It's like a tzaddik goyzer, Kodesh Baruch Hu b'kayim. So, Kitzur Maisa, the government has enough money, basically, to give everybody, as whoever gets Social Security this month, to give them at least $8,000 or $10,000 now. It has the start is there. Bain Shalom gives it. The question is if they're going to give it. That's the question. Anyways, I'm going to give a lesson now. The Chofetz Chaim Daily Companions. This Shiur, the Chofetz Chaim, is sponsored by Chaim, the handyman. Even though Chaim, the handyman, is a very great handyman, very small in product now because you have a very small vehicle. And we just got screwed over by the Sapphire Group that they called us, and it was arranged by the Ungars to screw me over because they always do certain things to me. And they say that I'm Chayiv this guy, Chayiv that guy. And then they pull money out of me for no reason. And they just make up stories that I'm Chayiv this guy, Chayiv that guy. And they take money, Berishis, B'Neshicha, the Shein Kamoyo. The Shicha and a 5-point Yosim, that's what these Ungars are doing in Machshamay. Terrible things they're doing. And the people are living between them, and they don't even say boo to them, they don't do anything to them. Nobody has yet decided to take a gun and put a bullet through the guy's head for being such a a terrible person. But that's what should be done. Someone should say this guy is a wicked person, he deserves be excommunicated from the world, and executed from the world, and be perfect for anybody to just take a gun, put a bullet through his head, to any of these Ungars' heads. Anyways, so we're going to learn the Chofetz Chaim now. As they screwed me over, the Sapphire Group, they owed me $165. I was supposed to pay me last week, and they just screwed me over. It's alright, the Bunch will eventually put them out of business. They'll have such a bad name from everything that the Moshe's going to send all the Machshalom after them. They're going to have terrible Machshalom left and right, that they're going to have to close down all their tenants and eventually go out of business. So here we're going to learn Beis ניסן now, the Chofetz Chaim. 2 conditions. In the previous segment, Chofetz Chaim introduced us to the concept of Dvarim HaNikarim, recognizable signs, a circumstantial proof as a basis for believing certain forms of Lashon Hara. There are 2 major conditions which must be fulfilled before we can apply this principle. Evidence must be directly related to the Lashon Hara, and it must be strong, not superficial. Listener must recognize firsthand the validity of the evidence. The Chofetz Chaim cautions us that even if we have powerful first-hand evidence which permits us to believe the Lashon Hara, we are prohibited from sharing this information with others without a constructive reason. As mentioned above, the source for the rule of Dvarim HaNikarim is a Talmudic interpretation of a story in Scripture. In the incident of King David heard a report of that Mephibosheth, the son of King Shaul, was upset over David's return to the throne after rebellion had been quelled. When David returned, Mephibosheth went to meet him, looking wholly unkempt. His unkempt appearance gave the impression that he was not happy with David's return. Nevertheless, David did not rely on this evidence until he personally heard a harsh statement from the mouth of Mephibosheth. Only then did David accept the fact, the report which he heard. From here, we says the Chofetz Chaim, we learn that only Dvarim HaNikarim Mamish, only things that are definite signs, definite proof that someone said something or someone did something, then we'll allow definite recognizable signs can be used as proof regarding Lashon Hara. See Shabbos 56:8 with Rashi, and I'm not sure I remember learning this Gemara. I learned it twice, 8 times on the Amid, 4 times in the Amid, and I remember learning this. The evidence must be strong, not superficial. It should be as chus that we should have the Geula this year ready, Bez Hashem Yisbarach. So enough we suffered, and Hashem should give us a tranquilizer, basically, to all these Rishonim that are causing us harsh and deep sufferings. A tranquilizer to tranquilize them out of our system. Basically, to tranquilize them from the face of earth, that they shouldn't be harming us anymore, that we should be able to move on in life and make parnasa and do jobs that we need to do and get paid, and not have people constantly causing other people to call us and hacking our phones and blocking our phones and calling people up when they call us down to molest them and to sexual abuse them when they call through their koyach hashadim. Like today, I saw one of those rishonim in the shul on Miller Road. Walking to a shul and I saw one of these mamzerim sitting there in the corner in the back, to the right of the corner. I knew he was a Unger. He's an Einikel from Adolf Hitler. Right away, he's looking at my feet to see what type of shoes I'm wearing. To shmekos the iron har right away on the feet. That's why he was looking at. I knew he molested several people, several thousands of people, and he's a novel that gets away with everything he does. And we have a bunch of them sitting around, sick people between us. And later we have to live between them. We can't just get rid of them and get them out of our sight. At least someone should do a mafia job on the Ungers and get rid of them, because who knows what they did to people already. The relationship should help us that they should we should rid of them from our nation, and we should be able to move on in life. Because I can't get married and I can't move on in life until they're totally destroyed from the face of earth. After all what they did to my parents and every single sibling of mine, caused them to divorce and took away their kids and this and that, there's no way that I'll be able to get married and move on forward with a family and everything, and raise my children, marry them off without them intervening, and try to make another divorce in my family, and continue taking away the kids like they're doing. These Rishonim should face Gehenim she'en kamoyu, and destructive of this world in both worlds. In both worlds, they should be destructed from and eradicated from both worlds. May Hashem help us that we should stay pure, Klal Yisrael should stay pure, that we shouldn't have these people in our nation causing other people tsar, and us devarim, and oinah, and like we have in this week's Parshas Vayikra. It's brought down 2 psukim that Torah brings down v'chamishi Yosef Alof by Bechatas to Asham, by Chatas to Gezel, the Chbein Al Nochaberei. And the Gemara darshans that a person that does it to a Yosem, he's chayev kiflik a fly and chamishi Yosef Alof. Compared to each Aveira he has done, and forget about how the brisker of darshans over there. Of every Aveira he has done, he's chayev kiflik a fly I know, for the people that he's caused tsar. And that's what these Ungers are chayev for me. And that's what they have caused the whole town Lakewood to be chayev on me, and the whole world to be chayev on me. May Hashem do justice and return all that I lost. Kiflik aflayim chamishi sa Yosef Alof. Kiflik aflayim trillion Belman for what they've done. Kol tov, my dear brothers, haslachar Allah.